So welcome. It's nice to have you here today.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about you.
Okay. My name is Brandt King with Triumph Lending. I'm a regional manager. We are a lender based out of the Tomball area, but I'm an Aggie, so class of '09 whoop. And I'm just here to help get borrowers into homes, help refinance them. One thing that's unique about us is that we do offer a 10-day close. So
Wow,
if
that's great.
yeah, so as little as 10 days, I can get you closed. I mean, the file's got to be looking really nice, but other than that, I mean, it's happened plenty of times before. We have our own dedicated underwriting team, our own in-house processing team, so we get more clear closes than most of our competitors, and we're the number one branch for NFLP in the country.
That's wonderful. So do you have any appraisal issues?
Yeah, well, everyone does.
Yes.
So the biggest issue we're seeing right now is the lack of inventory. But because of that, we're seeing it's still a seller's market.
Yes.
Appraisers are still very much in demand. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown. I think in peak, I saw the average turn time on appraisal is 4 to 5 weeks. We're back down to 2 to 3 weeks right now,
Oh, that
which is
is
great.
wonderful. That is
We're
wonderful.
seeing that. That's because of the lack of inventory.
Right.
So we're also seeing a potential shift in how that's going to happen going forward. More of the drive-by appraisals that you've heard of, the CU analysis going down. We're seeing the appraisal industry, the average age is increasing because it's a hard industry to get into. I mean, they have to do 2 years of apprenticeship with basically little pay, and not a lot of people want to do that nowadays.
That's right. It is hard business to get into and find enough money to survive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's why we see those prices on the appraisal going up too.
Yes.
So I mean, I think just last year the average was between 525 to 550 for a standard appraisal, and now it's 650. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten people come back. I had one that was 1,500 the other day because
Wow.
it was so out of the way, and it was such a large property, and there was not really a lot of comp analysis, and so.
Yeah. And not a lot of competition for the appraisers.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We do have one appraiser down in Crystal Beach, who he's like the only one who's approved through our AMC in the area, and he knows it. And so his lead time is always like 5 to 6 weeks, and it's like, okay, all right, we're kind of stuck here.
So if you're working with a new buyer,
Mhm.
do you want them to be pre-approved early, or when do you want a home buyer in the process?
As early as possible. So
Okay.
just when they're starting. Obviously, we have a lot of connections with the Century 21 folks for
Mhm.
realtors. Would love to bring them in on that. If I'm working with a buyer myself, bring them to you guys. Other way around is as soon as they are saying, "Hey, I want to buy a house," let's get them pre-approved.
Okay.
I can do verbal information gathering, right? But legally, to issue a full pre-approval, I do have to have documentation submitted so I can review that and that kind of stuff. But the faster you get that into me, the faster I can get your client pre-approved and going out there and finding the home they want to get into.
Perfect. Perfect. So tell me why you're different.
Well, the 10-day close is different. Not a lot of people can offer that. We are one of the top lenders on LendingTree in the state of Texas with over 1,200 five-star reviews. So if you go to our LendingTree website or our page on LendingTree, you'll see that we have, I think, 1,297 five-star reviews, only 3 4-star reviews, and then 0 3 2s and 1s.
That is fabulous.
Um,
Fabulous.
yeah, and I mean, you look at those numbers, and you're like, well, how is that possible? I mean, we just have that good of a dedicated team. My previous company, I left because people weren't responsive,
Yes.
and I hate that.
Yes.
And you know what I've heard the biggest complaint from realtors is lack of response from
Yes.
loan officers.
We hear the same thing from
Yeah.
virtually everyone. Everybody wants an answer.
Yeah, and that's where I am. I over stress, over communication.
Okay.
My cell phone's always on me. Call me at any time. I mean, I'm going to give you an earful if you call me after midnight, but
Yes.
I'll answer the phone. My job is to make sure that your clients are happy and comfortable, because if there's any doubt in their mind, then that puts the doubt on you, and I don't want that. We don't want
Right.
that as a team. So
Right.
that's my whole goal, is to make sure that they're confident in who they're going with and who they're using. They have all the answers they need, and we go forward from there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the Century 21
Yeah,
family.
absolutely.
We love having you.
Thank you.